Hey ladies, happy Tuesday. So we were supposed to have a workout today that I was gonna run, but I completely forgot to put it in band. So instead of trying to last minute get you guys all onto a Zoom call, I'm just gonna record this for you guys to do either tonight or tomorrow at some point, and then just send in like a video of you doing it. Today is pretty easy. I'm gonna run you guys through some of the stuff that I had to do every day at basic training, and I might even like be nice and print off some of the workout sheets that I have from the military, because everything we do is body weight. It's all pretty simple. It's also kind of weird, which you're going to notice once we get started. But I can give you guys those if you're interested, and we can always try to incorporate this stuff into practices and conditioning and stuff like that as well. If you guys like it, I don't know, you might not, that's okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with a preparation drill. We always start with a preparation drill and then end with a stretch. So we'll do preparation drill, we'll do a conditioning drill, we'll do a core workout, and then end with stretching. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So hopefully you guys can hear me and see me well. I know I've got my laundry going off to the side there, but if you can't hear me, just follow what I'm doing. So again, we're going to start with our preparation drill. This stuff is not meant to be done fast. It's just meant to be done right. And again, like, some of this stuff is going to be really weird. I get that. I thought that the entire time I was in basic training. But you'll notice over time, if you guys do this stuff with your regular workouts, you'll start to feel stuff a lot. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is called the bend and reach. I'm not going to make you guys do all the like station stuff that we have to do, like body positioning and all that stuff. But just follow the exercises. You can follow along with me, whatever. So the bend and reach, starting position is feet hip width apart or shoulder width apart. Your hands are going to be like stuck together, and you're going to start with your arms up by your ears. And for this one, you bend a little bit forward and touch your toes and come back up. So bend forward, touch your toes, come back up. And you're just going slow like this. We don't do very many of them. We're just going to be doing about 5 total. But for the sake of this, we'll do a little bit more because I'm showing you guys how to do it. Pretty simple. You're not trying to strain yourself, but you're keeping your core tight and your back and chest straight, and just kind of bending and reaching down. So that's that one. Then the second one is called the rear lunge. Some of these things you're going to think like, oh yeah, I know what that is, but it's completely different in the military. So I'm going to come to the front here, hands on my hips, and you're just reaching back as far as you can, keeping that straight. You're going to feel it here and in your front leg here. Come up and then alternate legs. You don't have to hold it for very long. Just try to be stable. We're just going to do 5 on each side. Okay, and then the next one is a very weird one. It's called the high jumper. And the starting position for this, you're going to have those weird hands again. Bend forward a little bit, again keeping your hips in line with your shoulders. And your hands are going to come back like this. And so this one has a little bit of a pulse to it. So you start like this and go up. It's like 3 jumps all into one. Just do a couple of those. So for the sake of this, because you guys are watching it, I'm going to have a hard time keeping track of how many we're doing. So I want you guys to do 5 at least, but work your way up to 10, because as you can tell, just doing that, that's a cardio type thing. It's going to get your heart rate going, which is what we want. So the more you can do, the better. Feel free to push yourselves past what we're doing. But again, this part of it is just a warm-up, so remember that as well. So this one is called the rower. You're going to come down onto your back. You're going to straighten everything out, reach high above your head, and then you are basically going to do like a crunch. So you come up like this, go back down. Like this, go back down. So in the military, we do everything in cadence, which is like a drill sergeant stands up there or somebody stands up front and like counts off. And so that's why we usually only do 5, but a lot of times it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then you count off. So you do like 2 exercises per count. So it's kind of weird, but I'm not going to make you guys do that because this is a video and not a Zoom call. Otherwise, I might have to make you guys next time. So the next one is the squat bender. This one I actually like a lot. You are just going to start here. Start with your hands on your hips, whatever. You basically go straight out like a squat, back in, and down. Make sure you're bending your knees a little bit, and that's 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, pretty simple. This one's kind of fun. It's called the windmill. So you start, again, feet shoulder length apart, arms straight out to the side, and it's a body twist basically. You are going to bend your knees on this. Don't try to keep your legs straight because you can hurt yourself that way. So basically you just go to one side, you touch the outside of your ankle, and come back in. Switch sides, outside of your ankle, back in. And again, about 5 times on each side. These do not need to be done fast. Okay. Then we have the forward lunge, which is going to be so weird to you guys, I promise. So you're going to stand, not necessarily just like a normal stance. And the way that this one works is you step forward just about like 6 inches, and you're just going to bend down until it's not really comfortable. Come back, same thing. It's very strange, but you will feel it kind of in your glutes and in the back of your thighs, your hamstrings, things like that. You can lift the heel on that back leg a little bit too to kind of help you get down there a little bit more. And I've lost count, so we're just going to stop on this one. Okay. This one is called the prone row. So you're going to get down in the prone position, which is on your stomach. And let me back up here. So you're going to start with your head facing the ground. Your feet are just a little bit off the ground. They don't have to be. If you want to challenge yourself, you can bring them off the ground. But hands are off the ground the whole time. You're going to bend like this and bring your chest off the ground. So forward, pull. Forward, pull. Again, you guys can make fun of me because I cannot keep count. But as long as you guys get the exercises again, 5 to 10, but definitely challenge yourself as you can. This one is the bent leg body twist, pretty simple. Most people have done this as a stretch before, but this one is all moving. Make sure your knees are together, your ankles are together, and you're at a 90-degree angle. And all you're doing is keeping your shoulders on the ground and rotating your body. This one will feel really good, I promise. Try really hard to not let your knees hit the ground. So keep that core tight. Okay. And then, you guys will love the last one. The last one is the push-up. So, I think everybody knows how to do a push-up. If you need to do it on your knees, go ahead and do it on your knees. Just make sure that your hands are beneath your shoulders. You're looking about a foot in front of you, keeping your back straight and in line, shoulders in line with your hips, in line with your feet, and just do 5 to 10 of those as well. Okay, so that is the preparation drill. So we would do that every single day before we would do whatever workout we were going to do for the day. And so now we're going to get into our conditioning drill. And today we're going to do, there's 3 different conditioning drills, so kind of deciding which one I want you guys to do. We'll do conditioning drill 1. So this is going to be power jumps, V-ups, mountain climber, leg tuck and twist, and a single leg push-up. So this stuff is going to be challenging, but you guys can definitely do it. If you guys need to make modifiers for this stuff, do it. I don't want you to get hurt, but make sure that you're not modifying things that you can do. So we'll start with the power jump. Pretty simple. It's basically just a squat jump. So what you're going to do, you can start here, whatever you want to do with your hands. You're going to go down, touch the ground, and come up. Reset, go down, up, reset. I'm going to have you guys do 10 of these because it is conditioning. If you want to split that up into doing 2 rounds of it and do sets of 5, you can, but I think you guys can definitely push through this. Let's count again. Okay, so then the V-up. So it's basically not going to be fun for you guys. So your hands are out to the side. If you need to have them a little closer in, you can as well. Some people might also need it for support, but I recommend not doing that because for this, you're coming up on your butt anyway. So pretty simple. Keep your legs straight. Just coming up like that. Try not to push off your hands. They're just there to help you balance. And try to keep your legs as straight as possible. Really good. Losing count. Also, don't be afraid to take a break if you need to. Get some water as needed as well. You guys can probably just fly right through this because I know you're all in shape. Okay, so then the next thing is going to be mountain climbers. For this, I would do it, like set a timer and do it for like 60 seconds or 30 seconds because it's hard to keep track when you're going fast. So that's what I'm going to do. If I can find my timer. So once you're ready, again, hands below your shoulders. Make sure your core is tight and you're just bringing those knees up to those elbows. If you want to make it more challenging, you can cross. Just be sure that you're not arching your back and you're trying to keep your core tight because that's what's important. Just go as fast as you can on this. And this one, I have to just verify that this is what I think it is really quickly. So take an extra long water break and get a deep breath. Oh yeah, okay. So this one is called the leg tuck and twist, and it'll be your worst enemy, I promise. It's not fun. It's gonna work your abs for sure. So for this one, you're gonna be seated up like this, using your arms as kickstands. And you're gonna bring your feet off, kind of adjust as you need to. How this works is you wanna start out here, bring it into your shoulder. Bring it into your shoulder. Try to keep those your knees and your ankles tight together. We're going to do 5 on each side. So that again is going to be more core based, just making sure that you're keeping your core tight and then moving your legs with that. And then the last one is going to be our single leg push-up. So same as before, it's just that every time you go down, you're going to have a leg come up in the back. You just alternate your legs each push-up. So we're going to do it. So just like this. So that's conditioning drill 1. Again, some of this might not be as challenging for you guys, or might be really challenging. So based off of that, do what you can. If it's like you're not feeling anything, do a couple more reps of each thing, or do another round. If you're having a really hard time with stuff, modify it so that you can start to get those muscle movements down. Again, push-ups, if you can't do it with your toes down, you need to do it with your knees, do it with your knees. That is okay. I'm never going to be mad at you about that. You just got to know your body and know what you're capable of doing, and then push yourself too. So now we're going to move to core, which we just did some core stuff, but you'll notice in the military workouts pretty much are full body workouts regardless, so your conditioning is always going to have some abs in it. So this drill is going to be called 4 for core. We're going to be doing a bent leg raise, side bridges, back bridge, and what's called a quadruplex, which is not, it sounds scary, but it's not bad. So let me just, I always get this one confused. I was hoping to memorize all this stuff before doing this today, but some of them get confusing because there's other workouts in real life that are called these things. Okay. So again, these are all going to be timed. You're going to do them we're going to go ahead and do 45 seconds for each of these because we just did a lot of core. So the first one is the bent leg raise. So before you go, I'll show you how it works. You're going to be out here. Hands can be here, they can be here, or they can be down below your back to support you. But what you're going to do is you're going to start at 90 degrees, and you're just going to come straight out about 6 to 8 inches above the ground, just coming out like that. Now the key is, you guys are obviously going to get tired doing this. The only thing that I ask of you is to not put your feet on the ground during that 45 seconds. So either be holding it with your legs straight out, or holding it at that 90-degree angle, but never put your feet down, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to back up here a little bit. Okay. And this you can do at your own pace. It's not super easy, but again, keeping that core super tight, keeping your body in line, and just trying to get those legs a little bit lower each time just without touching the ground. And really try to get it back up to that 90-degree angle. I know I just started out kind of lazily coming back up, but what's going to really push you is to control this all the way in and out. So all the way out, and then all the way back into that 90 degrees. You guys are good. Did about an extra 5 seconds there. Okay. Now we're going to do a side bridge. This is pretty basic. It's just your normal side bridge. Make sure shoulders in line with hips, hips in line with ankles. Make sure that the elbow is sitting right below your shoulder. We don't want any injuries here. So we're going to start in about 2 seconds. So get up. We're going. You can do anything with this extra hand. I like to hold it up here. Sometimes I'll hold it on my stomach, which is kind of fun. You feel all your muscles moving around there. I know some people will put their hand on their hip. I don't like to do that. The other thing with this is making sure that you are working this and making sure that this lower side, this is what needs to be in a line. So if I was to walk up to you and watch you do this drill, I should see a straight line from this shoulder all the way to that ankle. There should be no sagging whatsoever. So really hold yourself up there. You guys got it. We got about 10 seconds left. Now we're going to switch sides. Switch sides. Again, making sure your body is in line and that elbow is below your shoulder. Go ahead. Got about 15 seconds left. You guys are doing good. Keep it up. I know I can't see you, but I'm there in spirit. Make sure you are not sagging. If you are, just keep pushing. All right. Good job on that. So our next one is going to be a back bridge. So this one I will allow you guys to modify, but you really shouldn't have to modify it because back bridges are typically pretty easy. But I know if somebody has like back issues, it can be difficult. So all it really is, you're going to have your feet a little bit spread out. You're coming up. Pressure you're going to feel up in your shoulders. But again, shoulders, hips, knees, those are in line. So you're going to be here. Now the trick to this one is you're going to be alternating your feet. You're going to raise it straight out. And what you really want here is to keep a tight core and tight glutes. That's going to be what helps you balance. It's going to be what helps you get that foot up there. And it's going to keep you from rocking back and forth. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Do it for 45 seconds. Go ahead. Again, this is going to be at your guys' pace. Just make sure we're not sagging. We're keeping a tight core and tight glutes to keep our body up there and in line. Got 10 more seconds. Okay, our last core exercise is going to be what's called the quadruplex. This one is pretty toned down compared to the other ones. But all it is you're going to be on all fours. Everything about a shoulder is width apart. Hands right below your shoulders. And knees right below your hips. And what you're going to do is opposite hand, opposite leg. So all this is, you're keeping your core tight again, not bending it. We're not looking like this. We're not looking like this. We're just in a solid tabletop position. And you're just going to go straight out, hold it for about a second, come back in. Straight out, come back in. Pretty simple, but we're going to do it for 45 seconds like the rest of them. So go ahead. Again, the only things that should really be moving are our arms and our legs. Your core should be tight enough that you're not rocking back and forth. There's no need for your chest to sag at all or arch at all. Just always coming out and coming back into that position. The other thing is make sure you are flexing your feet. So it's almost like I'm pushing the wall away from me with my foot. This one you're probably also going to feel more in your glutes than you are in your abdomen, but that's okay. It's just another workout for you. Okay. So now, you guys are doing awesome so far. This one shouldn't be too bad for you guys. But now all we're going to do is our recovery drill. So this is just stretches, stuff you'll be used to, and some stuff that we've already done. It's only 5 exercises. And so we're going to do the overhead, what's called the overhead arm pull. So you're literally just doing this. Going to hold it for about 10-15 seconds. Make sure you're getting a good stretch there. Go ahead and switch it up. So these actually, on here it says you can do them for 20 to 30 seconds. I always say with stretching, you can never get enough stretching, so be sure that you are doing as much stretching as you need. But I don't want to make this video last forever, so you guys can do more, of course. Then we're going to go back into that rear lunge. We're just going to do a couple of them. Now for this, at this point when you're doing recovery, you can either do it this way or you can also just sit back in it, which is what we're going to do for a couple seconds here. Again, you're really feeling it up in here and a little bit on this side, on the outside of your other leg. Good. Just hold it there. I just remember, like, at training, they would make us sit in stretches for like 2 minutes each, and it was horrible. Because at that point, you're like so stretched out and like sore and everything that it was just awful. Your legs were like starting to buckle. It was a good time. La 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 la. Extend and flex. This is pretty much a yoga position. All it is, coming up like this. You're gonna hold it for a few seconds. Really great. It's Cobra or something in yoga. I don't know. And then you're going into down dog. I don't know why they don't just call this Cobra and down dog, but it's military, so can't really tell ya. But what you can do for this is just keep going back and forth. Hold it for about 5 seconds. Go back up. And do that a bunch of times if you want to. And then the next one is the thigh stretch. This is going to be another little weird one. It's basically like a quad pull, but you're doing it on the ground. So what you do is you grab your left ankle with your left hand. You're going to take your right foot and put it on your knee. And again, shoulders in line with hips, hips in line with knees. You're going to feel it, I promise. But you don't need to do anything too extra here. You're going to feel it just from doing that position. So I'll just hold it for a few more seconds. Okay, switch sides. And then the last one we're going to do is everybody's favorite, because technically in the military when we're doing workouts, we're not supposed to let our head be on the ground at all. And this is like the only one that they would ever let us just like lay there. And so it was kind of like a little extra time to rest, I guess. So you're going to bring your leg like this. You can try to keep it straight. I just like to bend it. And you're just going to hold it here for a few seconds. Go ahead and come back up. Same thing. So that is it. That's all I have for you guys today. I have a bunch of other exercises on there. Again, if you guys want to, I can make copies of that and send it out to you, or send pictures in the group chat, whatever. Just let me know. And if you guys like today's workout, let us know, because we can always incorporate it into our team workouts. Or conditioning during practice, whatever. I definitely have like running drills in there as well, and stuff for pull-ups. If you guys have pull-up bars and you want to strengthen your upper body, there's some really good exercises in there for that as well. But yeah, so that's about 34 minutes it took us to do that, so that's not too bad. So again, if you guys felt like you didn't get a super great workout in, go through it again. I promise you will feel it. If you guys needed to modify anything, great. Those are some areas that we can work on to strengthen. And again, if you guys want more exercises, just let me know. So again, get this done today or tomorrow. Get it sent in to us, just like a whatever speed video of you guys doing the workout. Take a little break from the stress of starting the next semester, and I can't wait to see you guys in a couple weeks. See you later.